Hey guys, Jonah here, back with another beer review. Back with the North and South, South and North playoff, shall we say. And it is Sunday, so MotoGP Day, come on! Which is always cool. And got the old Norton on. Norton! You know how we roll. Anyhow, as I have just said, we have got the Northern Monkeys. When literally this is Northern Monk. We've got Overtone Brewing, and we have got the other one, which I can never remember, Neon Raptor. And it's their version of a DDH double dry hopped IPA. And yep, are we going to vote for this one, guys? Are we going to vote for the North? Are we going to vote for the South? This one's interesting because it actually does, I have to say, it gives a lot more information. So let's try and get this to focus. Hocus pocus. Focus. Come on, dude. You're going to focus. What? Why is it not focusing? There we go. Oh, there we go. North-South collaboration. Leeds is Northern Monk team up with Glasgow's Overtone and Nottingham's Neon Raptor. Why is my hand shaking? There we go. Oh, I cut my finger. That's good. To form the North's tag team against some of the finest South brewers. This is a lot nicer, this label. Combining shared passion for all things hoppy, Northern powerhouses, using Idaho 7, I thought that might be yesterday, Strata, Azaka and Mosaic, for sweet and zesty citrus, tropical fruit and dankness. Nice. Gives all the details there. You can pause video if you want. 7%. Again, oh, I should do that on the top. It's even got a black top, this one, and I quite like that too. Let us get this into a glass. And yeah. Oh, when you've been watching motorbikes, and I don't know if you know, but MotoGP, there's actually three classes, shall we say. There is, of course, MotoGP, Moto 2, and Moto 3, which is really cool. Anywho, I'm not talking about bikes today. I'm talking beers. Wow, that, like yesterday's offering, is proper milkshake. And we got way over a finger's head. Oh, where's me 2 fingers? No, not quite 2. About finger and a half, maybe. Oh, fluffy. Look at that fluffy white clouds. Absolutely cool. And because, get that hat on straight, because I like doing such things, let's get my finger out of the way. Oops, somehow, how can we do this? Maybe from the back. That is perfecto. Something like that, and then give it one of those. And if I remember, if I'm not too drunk, I'll put that on the front of this video. You'll know that already because you would have seen it. But what you might not know, and some of you do, is I also put all my beers on Untapped as well. So I use the photos and put them on Untapped because people on Untapped, a lot of them don't even watch my videos at all, which is completely insane, I know. But yeah, vice versa. If you're watching this on YouTube, please connect with me on Untapped. Yeah, and you'll see the absolute ridiculous amount of beers that I have. Yeah, at least a beer every day, and more likely a couple of beers. And that includes homebrew as well. And if you go to the beer festivals, last beer festival, had 19 beers. Anyway, cheers and beers, guys. Bit more lemony. I am kind of getting that mintiness again. So I know I said it yesterday. I don't actually know what hops they use. If they're using the same hops, then that might be the Idaho 7, not 100%. Which leads me to think, where is the pine and the dankness coming from? We'll see, but got Idaho 7 Strata Azaka Mosaic. Might be Azaka as well. I really should do my research and get in touch with all these newfangled hops. It's really annoying, when you start getting really into beer, and obviously hoppy beers, whether it's IBUs or whether it's dry hop like these bad boys are. Learning about the hops and what offers the different beers is okay, especially if you're reviewing them like me. But the last time I really did a deep dive into hops was probably about 5 years ago, maybe something like that, since before we moved down to the coast, and haven't really kept up to things. And hops, they change so blooming fast, and there's crossbreeding and all sorts of wrongness. Sometimes they don't even have names to start with. Yeah, so knowing your hops, and then you got to remember them all. And when you're drinking, remembering, all goes a bit pear-shaped. So let me see what this has on the taste buds. Cheers and beers, guys. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Gonna do something tiny bit special. Hope you guys get tomorrow's beer review when I do it, because it is, of course, a bank holiday thrust upon us in the UK by the death of Her Majesty the Queen, and at the same time, the succession of the new king, King Charles III. So, cheers to you both, and you'll see what I've got planned for tomorrow. Ooh, ooh. So, interesting. Lots of really high notes in this, and by high I mean almost wine style notes. Bit of gooseberry in there, bit of kind of grape, hence the wine, of course. I'm getting that mintiness, but I'm not really getting as much as I was yesterday. I'm just going to do a quick check on here. Oh, my eyes are absolutely awful. So sorry that I'm having to do another one of these focusing things. Does it say? Oh, where is it there? That's what we're doing. Of wheat and oats in this bad boy. I have to say, I thought so, because I don't know if you can see, we have a massive tide line up there, a big old fat one, and I'm imagining that we're going to have them going down the glass. So the other thing from the oats and the wheat is I have a lovely silkiness. It's very smooth, quite well carved, as things usually are with beer. But this one has a little bit more up front hop wise as well. It's got a little bit more of a hoppy bite. And it's slightly less sweet than the one yesterday. I'm thinking maybe they used the same hops, maybe. I don't know if it's totally the same or different, because the label of the South's can, they kept things very secretive. The only reason I knew it had oats in it was because they put it, because in case people were allergic to it, which is very weird. Oh, I have to say though, very, very similar to yesterday's offering. Hmm. This is interesting because the day before I also had a double dry hopped ale, and that was obviously all part of my plan. Of course it was, and that was from the Garden Brewery. So we've had, if you're including all the collaborations, we've had like 6, 2 more. We've had 8 different breweries contributing to 3 beers. Absolutely ridiculous. Weirdly, I wish this one was a tiny bit sweeter, purely because it's a little bit dry, and because the IBU's up front and the hop kind of, I mean, it's not high IBUs. This is not a hop bomb in those terms at all. But like I say, all the notes are kind of really high and up top. And I really wanted to like this one. It's all treble and no bass, and I am all about the bass. Oh. So up front, you get that hop bitterness. It's kind of like a lager kind of bitterness. Then you're getting all those really high hop up front. I mean, it's all sort of white fruits. So whereas yesterday there was a little bit of dankness, I'm not really getting that from this beer at all. I'm getting gooseberry, like grape, wine, maybe a bit of melon, maybe a little bit of pineapple, but they're all kind of really high up top end. Then that kind of oats and wheat does its thing, makes it silky smooth, and the finish is really light. Does linger a little bit. Do you have to let it linger? You know what? I hate to say it. I hate to say it. I really hate to say it. It's probably me, but I like the South. I like the South better. South. You southern Jessies, you, in my estimation, have beaten the Northern Monkeys. But both beers are really good. I think, if I remember yesterday, I think I scored yesterday's 4.5. Was it 4.25? To say it was 4.5, 4.25. This one is. This one, I reckon, is more of a 3.75, possibly as high as a 4, maybe. So we're definitely giving the edge by sort of 1/4 of a point, maybe half a point to the South. Yeah, with this one, I reckon a little bit more bottom notes would be nice, and tiny bit more. It tastes. It's weird. It's a 7% beer, right? I can definitely taste the alcohol in this one, which is weird because it's really light. It's a really light beer, but you can definitely get the alcohol. Whereas yesterday's beer from the South, it was hidden. Wow, the carbonation in this is good. In both beers has been quite good. So maybe the sweetness, which I think I commented that it was a little bit overly sweet, but this one's a little bit too dry, bit thin, bit light, which is weird because you can really taste the alcohol much more in this one as the other one. Weird, but both beers are really. If you can find these ones, please be part of this. A North v South thing. What does it say? There you go, up there. North and South collaboration. Really good idea. And if you go to Tesco's, when I got them, and you know what kind of skinflint I am with my Scottish heritage, they were reduced, I think, from £3.50 to £3 each. So £3 for a beer, that's pub prices in my mind. Even though up in London and even down here, you're getting beer for a fiver. It's absolutely ridiculous, a fiver. And it's only going to get worse. And damn you. But it would have been a lot worse if Ricky Sunak got in charge. So we'll see what Liz can do. But please try and save the brewing industry, because I know, especially around here, pubs are going under right now. I went to a drinking fest. Look at that. I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with those tide lines. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love that. I really do. This has been Unclejona. Drinking beers, getting drunk in front of you for your entertainment. So please click like down below, click subscribe, join the Jonna army, and we will take over the world. We'll take over, we'll fight the elder gods of YouTube. But click like, click subscribe, do me a favor, flip the bell down there, you know, all that stuff, all that good stuff that YouTube wants you to do. We'll see you tomorrow for a special beer to send the Queen off in the only way I know how, and that is to drink some beer. Cheers and beers, where? Cheers and beers, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. It's a bank holiday, so don't complain. Shalom.